Hello everybody, we're back with the car vlog. I haven't done this in a while because I had no purpose with it. Like, I recorded so much, but then I realized, hey, I did a Pokemon Go series and it's kind of silly revealing my location because, you know, the world is a dangerous place. And yeah, people are out there to just ruin their lives. That's what they do for a living, so might as well keep it like anonymous and all that. But since my driving test is in like 2 weeks, I want to show the world that, hey, I can drive or whatnot. Like, I need some practice, and this is yeah, might as well show the world how I drive back then. Because I can drive by myself, but this tier of licensing requires me to renew the license every 5 years to keep up to date on the road. And if I fail, I can just book another appointment to get my license like examined or whatever, or do the driving test. But if I do pass this one, I don't think you don't have to wait 5 years to get it renewed. Like, you just reach the maximum tier of licensing, so there's like no point of getting a new one or getting renewed. Like, you're basically like a master driver already. But since I'm logging now, I'm planning to like go in a lot of places, like on the freeway. That's what they practice you on, so might as well do some practicing there. Like, I'm not nervous at all, just, I don't know, I don't say nervous at all, but how about a little bit of nervous? Because I didn't have that much experience on like driving on freeway roads. I can master these kind of roads. These are like not, they're not challenging at all because it's just like low speeds. But if you go high speed, when you merge into the freeway, that's when I gotta see, like, be careful. Like, at intersection, that's the most dangerous place. That's when you make decisions, and also merging. It's another decision making. So I'm going to the store right now to get some accessories for my stream. Red. I've been watching a lot of compilations where the bad driver compilations you see on YouTube. So I've like taken note on where the mistakes, common mistakes are. So you see back there, that BMW ran a red light. Well, it is, like, you can do it. I don't think, like, you're allowed to, like, go on the medium, but if there's two cars, then we got a problem here. Like, if I was green, I can go, but I was at low speed, so I wouldn't be, like, if I wasn't aware, I wouldn't have crashed them. Yeah, I went practicing yesterday. Like, I went on the freeway to go to Chinatown, and I did quite alright. Like, I stayed on the merging lane quite a bit because I wasn't sure like how fast I should go. I just let the cars go first, and then I merge in, even though the lane was ending, so I work out on that. Okay, back on the road. Just came from McDonald's. Ate a few snacks because that's my, I guess, lunch. Hey, we can go. Hey, look, a police car. No, it's paramedic. I guess the only way to get better at something is practice, practice, practice. Like I can do basic driving on like normal roads, but big roads, no, not yet. You just gotta learn from your mistakes, and let's hope it's ready next 2 weeks. Google Maps this road also, just to see where to turn, so it's probably a good idea not to confuse other drivers, like, what's this driver doing? So at least I know what to do, where to turn. It seems alright though. As long as I'm not pressured, like having tailgaters, that should be fine. Because tailgaters means they're more experienced, right? They know what they're doing. So if they're on my tail, it means that I could be going slow. Like who knows what the reason would be. Is that the new Costco? Oh, that's a Toyota dealer thing. Whoa! I never knew there was a Toyota dealer in my backyard. Are you serious? Oh, it's brand new also. Wow. I might buy a Toyota then, because I'm planning to buy a Honda, since they're cheap to like repair and all that. The parts are very cheap, and the car itself is efficient. And then Toyota is like the next best thing, but more expensive. I guess they last longer. But if there's a dealer right in my backyard, just walking distance, might as well go there. Oh, there's a Costco, okay. It opens like a couple of days. I've got like major development in this area. Lots of new roads over here. Because before all this was countryside, now it's all like double roads. Yep, I've never used this road before, so it's quite new to me. There's like a driver right behind me, so he's gonna guide me. Usually you get the leader to like lead to tell you what to do, but now you're leading yourself. Exiting in the next one, because like I said, it's It's just the on-ramp and off-ramps that are the ones I need to focus on. Also passing lane, but since this one's just practice, so might as well stay on like the what is it? The slow lane. Well, left lane's passing lane, so might as well like not hog it. Like we're going at a decent speed. No need to actually pass vehicles. Like everyone's sticking to the right, which is the right thing to do. Like we're not in a rush or anything. And you see no one passed me so far, so the person behind me is staying behind me. I've never been in this section of the freeway before, so it's quite interesting. Like all this stuff seems new to me. I see right there, the car's passing me. We're just following a conga line. There's usually it follows the speed limit. Like I'm exactly at the speed limit, and then pass the lane. If you want to use it, then use it like faster for a little bit. Get the hang of it, I guess. Because right now I'm like, I'm going at 100 kilometers per hour. And now we exit. It says 40 at that section over there. Yeah, driving is fun if you get the hang of it. Turn right here. Oh, so use the main road. What's wrong with the road here? There's like some stupid marks. I can't see. I wonder, like I don't use the freeway that often, but it is mandatory that you're supposed to go on it at least 5 times in the past 3 months before your test. Do people like it? I don't use the freeway at all because the only time I use the car is to go to work at the retail store. So there's no freeway. It's just right next door. It's a commercial place. So there's no point of me just going on the freeway to go to places because I had no use for it. But now, like, if the people, if they don't use the freeway that often, do they just like go on and off just for fun like I am doing right now? I have no like purpose to go. Okay, I see a construction vehicle, that's not good. One time, I guess 4 more to go in 2 weeks. Yeah, I'll get the hang of it. I believe in myself. I'm pretty sure they'll test us on driving. Like I did Google the driving test also, see what to expect, like what roads they use. guess the best thing is just to go to the exact same place where they test you at. So I can do that like later on like free or all that. But it's exciting. Just adding value to your life, like an extra license. Is that pretty cool? Like, let's say the normal human being have like a license that can drive by their own. They're just ordinary. You can be extraordinary by doing that little extra step. Because right now I can drive by myself, like basically everywhere. I can go on any road, but just next step, it just like there's no renew period that's required. We're just like approaching rush hour. It's like 2:30 right now. Like traffic isn't that bad yet, but I guess around like in the afternoon, like 3 o'clock, it'll be very clogged up. I see a tow truck. Like I saw a video on YouTube about like there was a local news thingy in my area, my town, and they say beware of tow trucks. They can bring your car to like a bad location, and then that mechanic thing, those are mechanics, so the auto fixer people, they like put hidden fees everywhere, here and there, left and right, that can cost you $1,000. So beware of them. And also the tow trucks are not allowed to tow your trucks. Like they have like monitors, scanners to see any accidents are nearby, and if there's a tow truck within 100 meters, then they can get fined by the police. I find that pretty cool. Yeah, these roads are like simple, boring simple. Like I know all this stuff already, but I started like at the main road, right? The little roads. So it's not as complex as it seems. Oh, can I fit through there? I think I can fit through there. Yeah, just enough. I'm like, it just fits one vehicle. You're not supposed to block the intersection? That's where the traffic jam comes. There's like people wants to turn, the light's already red, and people are turning, so it's a rough. This is what I'm supposed to deal with when I get a job. Slow pace, very, very slow. Yeah, I think I have confidence. I have a good feeling about this one because the first time, like the test you're supposed to take to be able to drive on your own, you get like a certain amount of mistake, right? You're allowed to make mistakes, but not a lot of mistakes. And I made plenty. Like for one, I turned too wide. I'm supposed to turn to the nearest lane, and like right now, do you see the car? You see people turning. There was like one lane turning into two lanes. I turned into the right lane, but you're supposed to turn to the closest lane to you, which would be a left lane. So the driver was like, "Oh no, don't turn to that lane." Also, I didn't use my blinkers when entering a parking spot, so I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. My parallel parking spot on and my 3-point turn spot on, and they retest you that on the new test, so that's good. Might as well practice on that because they'll test you on that. I am basically passing my maneuvers, it seems. I can't wait to get my own car. It seems so expensive, yet I was so close to getting one. If I still continue working, but oh well. I'll get there eventually. What's the car doing over here? Is that what, a Ferrari? Jeez. Just block up the whole road. That's just like a bad spot to park here. I think braking is our thing to work on also, just because I don't think I brake too early. Then again, I don't want to like stall traffic either. Like, you know how traffic lags behind? I gotta get used to like when to brake. Because when I practiced with my dad, like he was like, "Have you been on the freeway before?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've been there." While I was like practicing driving. And he was like, "Okay, well I'll show you then," to like show you the ropes. I went on and it was okay. When I went off, he was like, "You're going way too fast. You cannot do that during the test." I'm like, "Okay, well, might as well keep that in mind." A bad drive, like there's not much traffic. I wish I had like more traffic to practice on, but it was alright. It was what's the word for it? Not too bad. I approve of this driving condition.